Yay! Hello everyone, happy Aloha Friday. Can everyone hear me okay? We're still testing our mic system and we're excited about it, but we just want to make sure it's working. So give us a thumbs up or something if you can hear us good. But other than that, hello, I'm Amber. I'm from the community outreach team here at Down to Earth. We have Cynthia behind the camera as usual. And we are socially distanced, but we're still having fun in the kitchen today. So we're gonna make a really classic dish called chicken long rice. I'm sure you've heard of it if you're from Hawaii or if you visited Hawaii in the past. It's basically a staple for any Hawaiian plate. So you have it's like all the little side dishes, right? And this is just one of those. So the flavor of chicken long rice really comes from all these like aromatic type of herbs. So we're actually not using much like powdered seasoning today actually at all. We're just using straight up plants and then some really cool products which I'll show you about in a little bit. But the first thing I want to do to get things started, because it does take a few minutes to boil, is I'm going to start boiling our mung bean pasta. So these are those clear noodles that give chicken long rice their aesthetic, if you will. So I'm going to start boiling them in our broth. Oops. And I've started heating this up already, so it should be good to go. And if anyone has questions throughout the demo, please just shout it out and Cynthia will read them to me. So I'm just gonna get these soaking in here. I have it at a very low heat because this product doesn't need it to be boiling. It just needs to be kind of warmed up until it's tender. So I'm gonna give this a few minutes, and while this is going, I'm going to start chopping up my herbs. So first thing is, I kind of started doing this recently, but if you guys have a microplaner, it makes garlic and ginger mincing really easy. You just have to be really careful. So I'm gonna take some garlic and just kind of shred it using this. Usually, I've only seen this used for like nutmeg and stuff, but it actually is very good for garlic. Oops. So yes, be very careful. Try this at home at your own risk. But now look at this beautiful minced garlic you have. And this side is not sharp, so you can use your fingers to just put it into your little bowl. So I started shredding a little bit, and I was like, I think I'll just show people this because it's kind of cool. So this is what ginger looks like. A little bit different, but you can see it's just like that's gonna melt into our oil and really flavor all of our other ingredients. So I love this trick. It's kind of like a life hack.
Amber, can you remind us what you're making today?
Sure.
We have a few people who have just joined us.
Yeah, so we're making chicken long rice, but it's the vegan version of it. So chicken long rice, most of the ingredients are actually plant-based anyway. It's just ginger, onion, garlic, and then these like noodles, and then a chicken. But if you just put plant-based chicken in there, it's easy swaps. So I'm just gonna grate this last piece of garlic in here, and then we're gonna get this going. So I started to heat up some oil in the pan on the other side. Ooh, look at all this goodness. And we're gonna saute this until it's fragrant. And that is also gonna be over a kind of medium-ish low heat. So here I have some minced onion. This trick doesn't really work with onions, so if you wanna try that, just maybe don't. Unless you want like a really gooey onion. So I'm just gonna put our garlic and ginger into here. And like I said, it is kind of a low heat, so we're not really looking for that sizzle because we're also going to saute this with our chicken. Ooh, excuse the noise. Okay, so we'll get this kind of going. I would say, yeah, like a 5 out of 10 heat. And we'll let this do its thing for just a little bit while we come over here and I will show you the chicken. So today we're using this product by Gardein. It's a lightly seasoned chicken scallopini, and they come in these big kind of flattened out shapes like this. And when they say lightly seasoned, they really do mean lightly seasoned. So this doesn't really, you can make it taste like anything basically. So for traditional chicken long rice, you have these little tiny strips. So I'm gonna just cut this. I've been letting this thaw for like half an hour maybe, just to kind of get it soft because it is a frozen product. And I'm just gonna chop it like that. And that's our chicken. So you can add as much as you want of this, of course. I'm just gonna put it right here in the bowl. Ooh, not the bowl, the pan. And let these flavors kind of get to know each other. I like to do this because the garlic and the ginger will really infuse into the chicken and make it so much more flavorful. So while these sweat out.
Do you have any recommendations for a substitute for the Gardein?
Yes.
Can you repeat that question?
For sure.
Just to be safe?
So the question was, what are some other options for the chicken, the plant-based chicken? And there's so many. So you could use an oyster mushroom, regular mushrooms. If you have seitan, which is like a wheat meat, this one's actually gluten-free, in case you're trying to go that way. But we have a bunch of other ones. There's like a chicken. They actually do have the strips version, but they just didn't have it today. Yeah, there's a bunch in our freezer section. You should definitely check it out. Yeah, but mushrooms would be really good. If you wanted this to be like a fully, like a whole food plant-based, you can definitely do that. And you can also check out downtoearth.org/shop and type in like chicken, or maybe even type in Gardein, and a bunch of other stuff will come up for your cooking needs. All right, so this is already smelling really, really good. And let's check on our noodles here. Oh yeah, see how they're like getting really, really tender? This is almost exactly what we want. I'm gonna let it go for like a minute.
Someone said the soy strips would be sick too.
Oh yeah, totally. So that's the mung bean pasta. And actually, I think I'm gonna turn this off and just let that residual heat continue to heat it through. I did make another version of this using a more, I think a more accessible, like if you can't find the mung bean pasta, you can try it with this brown rice noodles. And this is what it looks like. So this is the brown rice noodles, and it will look like this when it comes out. And this is the mung bean pasta. So I'll show these together at the end so you can kind of see what they would look like. And let me just say, this doesn't look like a traditional chicken long rice, but it tastes so good. I had a taste test. It is really, really good. So yeah, don't worry about that. So back to our chicken and onion and garlic and ginger. So in chicken long rice, it's usually not like a seared chicken, so don't worry about getting like any browning on this unless you really like that, but it's kind of more of like a soft chicken vibe, so don't worry about getting brown or searing on here.
Someone said, wow, looks amazing.
Oh, thank you. I hope you try it. And if you ever do try our recipes, please tag us on Instagram or Facebook. We'd love to see your photos. Okay, and honestly, this is kind of pretty much done. Oh, and the broth. I almost forgot to say. So this is the broth that I'm using. This is called not chicken bouillon. And because I'm making a chicken-inspired dish, it only makes sense to use a chicken-inspired broth. And we have tons of different veggie broths and veggie stocks in our store, so you could check out downtoearth.org/shop again for those products. And yeah, we have not beef, there's like mushroom stock, there's just a lot, so you should definitely check it out. Okay, I think that's good. So I'm gonna just strain these noodles really fast, and we can plate it up.
And why do we cook them in a broth instead of just water?
Good question, because
Can you repeat this one?
Yes, the question is, why do we cook them in broth instead of boiling them in just regular water? And the answer is because I want to infuse these noodles with flavor. And this flavor of the chicken broth is really, really rich and vibrant. So I just want to add that extra layer of flavor to the dish. Because, you know, when you reconstitute something that's been dried, you want to, whatever you put that thing in is going to become that flavor, if that makes sense.
Someone asked, they missed the first part of the live, what are the noodles soaking in? Which you
Yes.
just talked about.
Yes, they're soaking in broth.
And how long did you soak it?
These, so I put it on low heat for about 4 minutes, maybe 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, you know what? I think this bowl is actually too small, so I'm gonna take a couple of these out. Well, more than a couple. Okay, this is just for sample. You can eat the rest later. So now we're gonna plate this up. I'm going to just get these guys out of here and put them in here. Or actually, you know what? I think it's good to mix it in the pan.
Can you remind us what's in the pan?
Sure. In the pan, we have some sauteing garlic, onions, and ginger. And the chicken that you see is Gardein lightly seasoned scallopini. But we also mentioned that you can check out downtoearth.org/shop for other options for your chicken, or you could just use mushrooms. And this is looking good. I think we're pretty much done here. Turn off this thing, and I'm gonna plate this up. But there's one thing that's missing, and oh, let me use my tongs. Does anybody know what I'm missing? Anybody who knows chicken long rice? I'll give you a hint. There's a color in the title of this ingredient. And the color is the color that I'm wearing. Green onions. We are missing our green onions. So
Aloha Sunshine got it.
Oh, good job. Aloha Sunshine, Aloha Friday. It only makes sense.
Oh, Healthy Way for Life, Tony B.
Oh.
All came in.
There we go.
Good job, everyone.
Got our green onion fam there. All right, so we have our green onions here. And I'm just gonna cut off a few. Personally, I like green onions for garnish, but I've also recently started to shallow fry them in a pan and just put a little sesame oil. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's like a nice little snack. Okay, just roughly chop them.
You eat the green onions as a snack?
Yeah, like you just take this, just cut it, and then put a little sesame oil and just fry them in your pan. Oh my gosh, it's like a side dish, a really good side dish. All right, so just roughly chopped these, and we're gonna place them onto our lovely chicken long rice.
I don't think anyone can hear me, but maybe you could just repeat what I said. But in certain parts of Spain, they have these green onion festivals where they also eat it.
Oh my
kind
gosh.
of similar to the way you eat it.
Uh-huh.
And there's even ones where the entire leek is dipped in instead of the green onion, and they eat it just like that.
Oh my gosh. So Cynthia was just saying, in case you can't hear, that in Spain they have a green onion festival where they just do a bunch of crazy stuff with green onions. Like they fry it, and they do also eat leeks. It's like, sounds really good, actually. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut a few more just to top on top, because you need that little garnish, you know what I mean?
Yeah, looks so good.
There we go. Okay, so this is our finished dish, and you can see the difference between these two. Yeah, I'll hold it up here. So these ones are a little bit more clear. Oh, it's actually kind of hot. So you can see these ones are clear. And these ones, you can't see through them, but they're still super, super delicious. And then,
so this one is the
this is the mung bean pasta, and this one is the brown rice noodles.
That's this one.
Yes, equally delicious. At this point, you could add some coconut aminos, our fave, kind of like shoyu, but this has 73% less sodium, so if you're looking out for that, this is a great product. So yeah, it's up to you. I didn't put any salt in here, so if you like it salty, you should try this. Anybody have any other questions before we head out for the weekend?
I don't see any questions. A lot of hearts.
Oh, thank you for the hearts. Oh yes, and this is our recipe for the day, so check out d2e.co/longrice if you want to check out the recipe and try some of this. Yee.
Okay, well, if you don't have any questions, you can always DM us.
Yes. Yeah, please DM us your cooking questions if you come across like a weird moment where you're like, I don't know what to do. Please help me in this plant-based wonder world. We got you. Just let us know. Okay, well, we'll see you guys next time. Have a great weekend and stay safe out there and aloha.